I'm Grete from Scandinavian Today. I'm going to make the classic cookies, tiny cookies we use for Christmas called Pebernødder in Danish or Peppernuts. And I haven't made them for quite a while now, and of course before we know it the holidays are coming up. So I thought, okay, I'll make them. So here we have all the ingredients for the peppernuts. I have 1 1/3 cup of flour. I have about 1 cup of sugar. I'm using 2 tablespoons of milk. If you have cream, go ahead and use that, or either will work. I have 8 tablespoons of butter, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of black pepper. You can use white pepper if you have that, and also half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ginger, and half a teaspoon of cardamom, as well as half a teaspoon of baking powder. And that is it. So let's get going and mix it all up. So the 1 1/3 cup of flour goes into the bowl. I'm now adding the cup of sugar, and into that I'm adding the spices, half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of cardamom, half a teaspoon of ginger, there we go, and then finally half a teaspoon of cinnamon. And also, of course, I want half a teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm mixing this all up, and then I'm going to add in the butter. I'll kind of crumble it in there. Add the butter to the mixture. Cut it up in pieces. Cut it in smaller pieces, and then I'm going to mix it all with my hands. Guess I better take my rings off because it will get pretty messy if I have those on when I mix it by hand. Okay, just make sure it turns into tiny pieces. And then after this, I'm going to add the 1 egg and the 2 tablespoons of milk. Okay, it's crumbled up pretty much now. Doesn't take long to do. Now we add the egg. Just mix it up a little bit like this. And eventually everything will stick together, and that's when you roll it up and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour before you finish the pepper cookies. Okay, and now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk or cream. Either one should work fine. Makes it easier to make it stick together this way. So I can stick it in the refrigerator now for about an hour. Of course I will cover it up with a towel first. Okay, so first of all, the dough was in the refrigerator for about an hour, so it's nice and cold. And now I'm rolling it out, and then I can start slicing it. And of course they have to be very small. After I bake them, they were supposed to be about the size of a hazelnut. So then I roll it and put it on the baking sheet. I already buttered and floured the baking sheet. and actually you can even roll 2 at the same time. So it goes a little faster because it's quite a few of them you have to make here, and it takes a while to roll them all up, but it's not that hard. So I'm going to fill the baking sheet up. So here I have a sheet full of Pebernødder or peppernuts, and I got 60 out of this portion. I'm going to stick it in the oven now, and I'm going to bake it in the oven at the degree of 400 Fahrenheit, and it will be for approximately 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how big you make them. So let's stick them in the oven. Here you see all the baked peppernuts or Pebernødder, and I am going to let them cool down. Here we have all the finished peppernuts, and I'm going to taste them now. I put some of them in a jar because I can keep them, and they keep for about 2 weeks. And if I visit us, it's a nice little bite to get with a cup of coffee. So I'm taking a bite of my peppernuts, and I have a cup of coffee with it. Just the way I like it. It's good. Hopefully you'll also enjoy it. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye. Skål.